We are live on the Banana Show. It is another episode of the Banana Show. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the voice of freedom is on board live. To some of you who are not married, I'm dedicating this song to you. That marriage you are waiting for, I dedicate this song to you. And for those of you already in marriage and you are not happy, get ready, your marriage will be restored again. This is the Banana Show that makes that crying home turn into a laughing home. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the Banana Show is on 7 p.m. We are live on Facebook, Impact Ministries. Impact Ministries. And after the broadcast, you can follow us on our YouTube channel, on Impact TV, or follow us on our social media handles on TikTok, Unction to Function. And you get a post broadcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We want to talk about something very important. And today is another wonderful day for a wonderful topic. I remain your host, Counselor Andy, the voice of freedom. If you don't know where you are going to, there's every probability that you will never arrive to any destination. You must know where you are going to before arriving to the destination you are going to. So know where you are going to. In your relationship, when you are about to embark on that marriage, know that you are entering into an endless school. Marriage is an endless school, but you keep learning every day. So if you don't understand the principles, you will fail. There's a formula for marriage that makes marriage sweet and better. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend that it is the Banana Show. I believe those of you who have been inboxing me on questions, I think I've answered most of you these few days. You can inbox your question, the problems you are facing, or questions you need to know before embarking on that marriage. Know the exact train to your destination, otherwise you will miss your destination. If you don't know the exact train, you will miss your destination. That is why you must know the exact train to enter. And that is why this show is set for everyone that wants to enjoy marriage, so that you don't miss the train or enter a wrong train. Tell a friend to tell a friend to join us. Let's connect. This song is I'm dedicating this song for the singles. Your marriage will be celebrated very soon. And by the grace of God, God is going to give you the right man. And for the man, God is going to give you the right woman. When you get the right person, you will understand that marriage was actually meant for enjoyment. There are a lot of people who will say, if I come back to this world again, I will marry my partner. There are a lot of people who said, I wish I never met this person. Which part do you belong to? Let's talk about it tonight. In the next few minutes, we'll be starting. And the topic tonight is dealing with choked relationship or choked marriage. A toxic marriage, a toxic relationship. When you have or you are facing or you are into a toxic relationship or a toxic marriage, you are a living dead person. And tonight I'm going to tell you how some of us are facing it and how some of us can come out from it if only you are ready to change. Change will only come when you are ready to change. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The topic is how to deal with choked or toxic relationship or marriage. How to deal with it and how to come out from it. Tell a friend to connect. Share with a friend. Just inbox a friend. Tell a friend. Say join Facebook Live Impact Ministries. IMPAROT. That's the Impact Ministries. Tell a person to connect live. You might just be a blessing to the person. You might not give a man money, but you can bless this person or bless a friend with the message coming tonight. Text a friend, WhatsApp a friend, tell the person the voice of freedom is online live. Connect to a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Just get ready. You can start inboxing. Your messages are very private, so you can inbox your messages and I will give you answers to those questions you are asking. You need the right medication before you can get well. Some of us are facing problems in our relationship and sometimes we don't even know how to come out from it. Some of us are facing problems in marriages, but we don't know how to come out. The right medication is very important. The right counsel is very important. The right counsel will help you out. And by the grace of God, tonight the topic is how to deal with choke and toxic relationship. Some people are dying silently. Women are not happy. Men are not happy. The men are complaining. The women are complaining. Tonight we want to look at some possible results that can help us when we are facing such challenges. If you are prepared to change, change will come. But this song is for somebody. I would like to hear your testimony. The marriage will go through. There are personal problems. There are many factors that could hold marriage. And one of these days, I will be officially making known some of my books, Why Many Are Not Married. Another one again you need to know is, what do I need to know before entering marriage? Some of these books you need to get them, and as you go through these books, you will understand what it takes to be married or what it takes to go into marriage. You must know what you are entering so that when you go into it, you will not regret. Anytime a marriage fails, sometimes it will not only affect you, sometimes it affects the child. The issue of stepchild, stepfather, stepmothers comes in. And if you are not careful, that's the beginning of the next generational problem, which we'll be talking about. But remember, the topic today is dealing with choked or toxic relationship. You must know the train. Enter the right train so that you can get to your destination. A wrong train will take you to a wrong destination. And when you also enter that train, you must know where to stop and where to continue. Marriage is the school. Tonight, I welcome every one of you to the show tonight, the Banana Show, and I remain your host, Counselor Andy, or you can call me the voice of freedom, the man of truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Now let's look at the topic we are having tonight. I believe you're sitting with your friends. I want us to look at this very wonderful topic tonight. How to deal with choke relationship. Now it is better to live while you are dating, while you are courting, with whatever differences you are having, than to continue. Most people still continue, and with the mentality or with the knowledge that the person can change. Now, take note of this: anyone that cannot change during the dating process might never change when you married. That is why you must deal with it before you go into it. It is better to be separated while you are dating than separating while you are married. Now, I'll give you some factors that people see, but they still continue. Now, with the ladies, as a young man, you are going out with a lady, but she is rude. She is rude. She does not accept correction. You tell her, this is what I don't like. Remember, I'm not saying as a man you are possessive, but I'm saying that as a man, as the head, sometimes he makes certain rules. And the lady tells you, I cannot accept it. She's not ready to be submissive. She's not ready to take correction. Sometimes because of her position, sometimes because of her class, sometimes because of she's a celebrity. So sometimes trying to correct her becomes very difficult. If you're a man, you cannot correct your lady or the lady you want to marry, then you know you cannot keep her. Most often we see this while dating her. You see this while you are dating her, and you know that this girl, I can't control her. Sometimes you see her excessive demand. Excessive demand. She demands unlimitedly. She keeps asking, and she doesn't consider your financial status. And when you are not able to deliver or able to give, her attitude changes. She talks rudely. She frowns her face when she asks you for money and you are not able to give the money, and she frowns her face. When you are seeing these things as a man, just know that I cannot continue with the lady. No matter how rich you are, you should know that this lady, if anything should happen, then you might not be able to enjoy the marriage. Along the line, she might even leave you. These are some of the things you see. Even as a young lady now, sometimes you see in the man, he's not caring, he's not concerned. He talks rudely, he talks to you anyhow. Sometimes he can even tell you the good things he has done for you. I did this for your mother, I did this for your father. Now you see all these things in your relationship as a lady. He talks anyhow. Sometimes he can even hit you. He hits you when he's coming. He says, I'm sorry. He buys you ice cream, buys you an iPhone to say, I will not do it again. The next time he hits you again, double. He comes again, he increases whatever he's giving to you. If this guy is hitting you, definitely just know that in your marriage, you will keep experiencing this. So these are the things sometimes you see. Sometimes jealousy. Sometimes jealousy. Where is your phone? How is your phone? I called you. Are you at home? Now look at the television. Now, I want to know if you are at home. Turn to GTV. Turn to this television. Turn to this. They just want to know if you are at home. Whether, especially with the men this time. As a young lady, when you see this thing, just be careful, because a very jealous man cannot keep a woman. That is the truth. A very jealous person cannot keep a woman. A very jealous lady can also not keep a man, because everything you will suspect. And where there is suspicion, that means there is no understanding. And where there is no understanding, there will be coerce. There will be a whole lot of troubles in the relationship. Because in a relationship, one must stand, one must sit. That is why it's called understanding. Stand and sit. Understanding. One must sit. Now, that the woman is sitting doesn't mean you abuse her. The woman, they are the neck. So I tell people that if you joke with the neck, it can throw the head. The men, you are the head, and the women are like the neck. So if you don't treat the neck very well, you put too much load on the neck, what will she do? She will throw you away. So some of these problems, we see them. So it's already choking us. We're already having toxic relationship. But sometimes with one or two pampering, I'm sorry, it will not happen again, and this, that. Sometimes with gift, with phone. Then because of the money, sometimes some of the ladies will say, okay, well, I will endure. When you endure, then just know that you will keep enduring. You don't endure, you enjoy it. So when you go into the relationship, sometimes the guy will say, hey, I can't leave this girl. If I leave this girl, look at the shape. Look at how structured she is. If I leave this girl, definitely another man will continue. So sometimes you are angry, but you are looking at the product, that if I leave this girl, another person will continue with this product. So because of that, though you are not really happy with the way she's demanding, but sometimes you want to force and give. Why are you giving? You are giving so that you can keep her. Take note that if you don't have enough to give her, that thing you are afraid of will come to pass. So these are some of the things we'll see during our dating process. And why you see all this problem, that is where you need to know that if I don't deal with it now as it's choking me, it is better I deal with it now so that when I get married, I will not face it again. Because if you continue with whatever you are seeing, every choked relationship continues. 2 to 3% are the one, 2 to 5% are the ones that might likely change. But most often, they don't change. So most of the choked relationship and toxic relationship is what you saw. And why you are seeing it, if you are standing on certain things, if I marry this guy, if I marry this lady, she's an asset, she has a property, she's a celebrity, she has this, just know that you will manage your marriage forever. And if you cannot if you don't want to manage it, then what you are saying, then you must leave. Now, what is, sometimes I talk about submission. These days, that fact remains, I must be very truthful with the ladies, that most of the young ladies these days don't actually want to be submissive. They don't understand the word submissive. One of my books will be coming out very soon. How to be submissive. How to be a perfect woman. How to work at perfection in your relationship as a woman. Now, when the women are able to correct certain things and understand the word submission, marriage becomes sweet for them. Now, when a man understands love, marriage becomes also sweet. There are a lot of errors, but these days, conferences, empowerment, certain empowerment, I say that empowerment programs, most of them are the ones destroying our women today. Yeah, they are the ones destroying our women today. Those days we never had much of empowerment programs, no television program, women this, women this. Yes, it's good to empower the women with knowledge, with everything, because they will be able to keep the home. But this empowerment you cannot be empowering if you are a minister at work or you are a government senior bank manager at work. You should know you are only a bank manager at work, but not at home. When you come home, you must know your role as a wife. If you are a boss over there, when you come home, know your role. Don't come and bring the same bossy character to your husband. And sometimes those with a choleric character, both the men and the women, they have this, what we call this, I should be in charge. I should be in charge. So if you are going to marry, also check your temperament. Check the temperament of your partner so that you don't run into something and it chokes you along the line. So this evening we're going to look very fast. What are the reasons? Why do we see these things happening? Anytime you see a choked relationship, you can always come out. All these things I just mentioned, the lady demands excessively, the lady is rude, the guy is an abusive guy, he talks anyhow, he doesn't show care, he's not even kind. So we are doing something, he cannot even buy you a gift. So it's not kind. So you should know what you really want. I'm not talking about the guy that must buy you heaven and earth, but he's trying a little to show that, yes, I love you. A guy that can do little can do big ones. That's the truth. Now, this is for why you are dating. But let us look at why you are into the marriage. Let me tell you some of the things that actually leads to this problem. Number one, parental traits. Parental traits. Want to check it very well. Sometimes your parents had this problem. Your father had this problem. Your mother had this problem. Problem of not being able to stay with a guy or a man. Your father had this problem. Your parents had this problem. Maybe your father was not able to stay with a woman. So if there is a parental trait, definitely you might suffer it. So you realize as a young man, you are trying to put things in place, but there's a trace, there's a parental problem, foundational problem from your parents that is affecting you, that is making you not to settle. So even as a man, you try to be good, but sometimes you don't see the good coming out from you. That means parental trace. There's something that is fighting you, that is fighting you from behind. So you must deal with it. Number two, lifestyle. Lifestyle. The lifestyle we live sometimes could choke us. Could choke your relationship. How will it? Because you want to live a standard. Now, when you get a partner, especially with the guys, let the lady know your levels. Stop bluffing. Stop telling her you have goods at the airport. Stop telling her you have goods at the site. Stop telling her that your father is the owner of an airport. Now, when you create such standards, any lady coming will work with that standard. Now, when you tell her this is my level, Whoever that will love you with that level. And if the lady understands that level, then you are free to go. Now the same thing with a lady too. Stop proving that you are up to a standard. Any guy that must come must up to be this standard. Now, if you really want to marry as a young lady, you must keep status behind. Because marriage is different from status. You must keep status behind and tell yourself, I am going as a lady to become a woman. I'm going as a lady to become a woman. Not going in with the status. When you go into your relationship with status, you will have problem because your status could be bigger or higher than your partner. So enter a marriage or prepare for a marriage as a lady who wants to become a woman. Because even the Bible says, he who findeth a wife findeth good thing. So they should find you and find good thing and also obtain favor, not find you and find displeasure. Now let's go to another thing that could cause another problem again. Is partner's lifestyle. You might be good, but your partner might be facing challenges. Now, what is the challenge of that partner? Sometimes check. Ask him, how was your last relationship? Some of the problems the partner was facing. Was there any challenge that has to do with this? Maybe sometimes he has the challenge of anger. So you should be able to know where to come in. Maybe he's the type who don't like jokes, depending on his temperament also. That's why temperamental issues are very important in courting or dating. Maybe he's the type who doesn't like jokes. Some people, if you joke with them, they understand. Some of them, when you joke, they say, are you insulting me? Are you getting me? Some men have that natural ego. So you must be able to study your partner and know the level of how you can play, the extent you can play with. Some are very moody, some are very shy. Some of them, if you use some words, they call it's abusive. So know your partner. If you really want to go into a relationship, you must know who your partner is. That is why in my counseling, I always tell you, give you questions to go and ask your partners. After giving your questions, I also give you questions to go and ask your partner. So there will be a balanced equation. When the equation is not balanced, you'll be having problems with your fractions. Now let's go to the other one again. Another reason again why your relationship might be facing choked is because maybe you are under attack or your partner is under attack. So you must also check, have I been facing this thing? So stop attacking your partner first. He's the cause. No. Have I been facing it myself? If I've been facing, that means I have to deal with it first before even accusing my man. Maybe, for example, the man might not be a cheat, but because they want to push you away, they might make the man a cheat. The lady might not be rude, but because they want to push the lady away, they make the lady very rude. So you must check if you have gone through 1, 2, 3 failed relationship and they are repeated. You should know there's an error from your side. So you begin to look at it. You need to pray over it. You need to seek counsel so that you can come out from that choked problem. Because if you continue, even when that person leaves, you will meet another one again. There are some ladies, they don't see their corrections. When you correct them, they call it abuse. And sometimes it is an attack. So you don't see your problem. A problem you don't see, you can't solve. That's the truth. Now, there are some men too, they don't see their problem. So a problem you cannot see, definitely you cannot solve. You must be able to see your problem before you can know the medication you can take for it. So it could be parental traits, it could be lifestyle, the character you live into. Maybe your character is so rude, you are so bossy. It could be a factor affecting you. It could be parental, which I mentioned earlier. It could be your lifestyle. It could be an attack. It could be lack of knowledge also. It could be lack of knowledge. Bible even told us, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. What you don't know will kill you. That is why don't jump into a relationship because you believe she is a fine girl, he is a fine boy. Because the fine boy or the fine girl could be deceptive. You might enter into it and you sink. That is why it is very important. Why you just before you say yes, know the person a little. Just know. Yes, you might be in love immediately. You can fall in love. Somebody asks me, can I fall in love the same day? Yes, it's possible. You can fall in love, but before you fall in that love, walk with it first before you jump into it. You don't just jump into the water. You walk towards the water before you jump in. So if you jump in, then you have an error. So walk a little so that you understand what you are going to jump in. so that when you jump in, it will not sink you. Yeah, you can fall in love. Maybe some of the attributes you just saw in the guy in a meeting, in a conference. I mean, the way the guy spoke, the way the guy is a nice guy, the guy is intelligent, the guy is industrious. Yes, you can fall in love that same day. That could be what you really want, what you really want in life as a guy or as a lady. But before you finally put your head in, make sure that it is really what I want, so it will not choke you. Make some good friendship, date, outing, or whatever, and from there you can know, can I really continue with it? Because all that glitter sometimes they are not gold. Now, another thing again that can cause choked relationship is immaturity. Remember, I told you that age is just a number. Somebody can be 25 years but very experienced, very intelligent when it comes to relationship, and somebody can be 40, 50 years. He don't even have sense. Yes, he's still doing some things that you know that is very childish. Yes, there should be maturity. There should be maturity. There should be maturity. These are some of the things you must check, so it will not choke you. If you're already in it, I'll tell you what will happen. If you're already in it and immaturity, that means you didn't get this counsel and you're already in it. What do? Then you need a counselor to come in. And sometimes you need to read books that will give you guidelines. Yeah, good relationship books. Now, if you are already in it and, for example, you are facing an attack, of course, you need prayers to work on it. Now, if you're already in it and you are facing parental issues, then you also need prayers and direction. You can inbox me and we'll tell you what to do and how to come out from it. If it's a parental issue, if it is also, if it's a lifestyle, sometimes I will not need to pray with you. What I need to do is I will need to give you guidelines. I need to give you guidelines on what you need to know and how to go about it. Sometimes, if you're already also in it and your partner is the one facing it, then I have to give you guidelines which you will have to put in place for your partner to follow. Remember, you cannot change an adult immediately. So what do? We pass through the process and we add little prayers to it. And before you know, the hand of God will turn things around for you. Now, if it is an issue that has to do with lack of knowledge, of course, I need to counsel you. Most of you never had proper orientation before marriage. There are some things sometimes they escape during the counseling process. When I'm counseling you, I talk about everything you will meet. Everything, because when I ask you questions, I'm going to look at your temperament, I'm going to look at your element, I'm going to look at your lifestyle, then I'm going to look at the person's life, and then I will tell you what you will meet physically. Then spiritually too, I will also guide you and tell you some of the spiritual things that you will meet. Maybe there's a foundation or there's a problem, then I'll also tell you 1 or 2 things you need to do to break out from that foundation. If the foundation is right, whatever you put on that foundation will be solid. But if you have the wrong foundation, whatever you put on that foundation will crash one day. That is why you need the right counsel so that you can go through well. Now let's look at another area again. I mentioned temperament earlier on. Very, very important. Just try and note, wrong temperament is causing choked relationship, whether in relationship or in marriage. Just know the right temperament. If you are dealing with a particular temperament, then you need a counsel to tell you how to deal with. Because for every temperament, there's an advantage. There's also, we also have a disadvantage in it. So what do? The disadvantage in it, we look at the remedies. I give you remedies on how to deal with it. And sometimes some of the temperaments, some of the traits, they are higher than the other one. So I compare, I contrast. Then I'm able to put in this and put in that. And before you know, you can enjoy your relationship again. Yeah, your relationship can be sweet again if you meet the right counsel. Inbox me. Let's talk about it. It's not going to be much of a long process. I just need to give you a guideline, ask you a few questions. If there's something we need to just deal with, I'll just tell you this, and this. But if there's something we need to pass through the process, then I have to take you through the process again. And after the process, you will know that there's a secret to happy relationship. Now, let me tell you something. Every person, I call it luck. Let me use the word luck. Or should I use favor? Yeah, every person is not favored. But sometimes we pray that God favors us. Some people got married and no better counsel, but they are enjoying their marriage. It felt they are able to coexist. And why some, they don't, it's like hell, a living hell. This is because sometimes it's an attack. This is maybe sometimes lack of knowledge, and sometimes parental problems. Your parents faced it, foundational problems, so you are facing it. Maybe you are not facing, but your partner has a foundational problem. So his foundation will fight you. If you have a foundational problem, your foundation will fight you. So it's always good to deal with your foundation so that you can come out from any toxic or choked relationship. Now, some of the ways you can solve it. Number one way, I will tell you, if you can contact me, I can be of help to you. Yeah, if you can contact me, inbox me, I will, I will see what to do concerning the problem. Take note, there is no counseling fee. There is no counseling fee. As a matter of fact, when you inbox me, I'm going to do a live WhatsApp with you to really know I am dealing with the right person. So you know you are dealing with the right person. It is free. It is free. It is free, except you want to be a blessing. And even when you want to be a blessing, there is a proceeding for it. It is free. The broadcast is free. This broadcast is to be a blessing to our new generation. Our generation is getting spoiled. Our forefathers in the 80s that got married, their relationship we enjoyed what we call lasting relationship. Though they had differences, yes, but they had a better relationship than these are new generational relationship. These new ones, 2-3 years they are off. Many are not even marrying these days because they want to marry. They just want to join the link. Yeah, the league I'm part of. I once married. That's not the truth. I once married, and if it doesn't work, to hell with it. Yeah, that's the new generational marriage we're having, and that is why I am here to actually see that I cannot solve all the problem in the world, but by the grace of God, I will help to resolve the ones I can do by His grace. Now, the first one is just contact me. If you are having problem, a choked relationship, I will see what I can do. Number two, if you are facing, you are not coexisting. Everything you are doing is not right. You can separate for a while. Yeah, it's another remedy. But before the separation, there must be a strong agreement from both parents. Yeah, maybe separate for a while. They are not saying separate so you go and do your own thing. But that's a man or woman. You are separate because sometimes when the separation takes place for some time and you come back, most of you learn your lesson. When you miss the person so much, you are like that, I cannot do without this person. So let me see what I can do to keep this person. So sometimes separation for some time is suggested. Number three, one of the things again is that if you know that after the separation or the separation is not working, then before I don't really welcome divorce. I don't welcome divorce because I believe there's always a way out. I only welcome divorce when it is life-threatening. Life-threatening, either from a man. Sometimes people believe that it's only the women that are facing life-threatening problems. Some men too, they are also facing it. I've seen men, the women are beaten. They hit them and lock the door and the men will be crying. I've seen men who will close from work and stay at the workplace till 10. I'm a counselor, I'm telling you what I see. They will lock they will call and say, I can't go home until it's late. So when they go home, what happens? When they go home, everything is closed. So what happens? What I want to tell you is that just by the grace of God, just see what you can do to correct the means. If you are not able to settle it, inbox me. Let me ask some questions and see whether it's a physical challenge or a spiritual challenge. Yeah. And if we understand these things, you will know that marriage is sweet. You will know marriage is sweet. And at this moment, I would like to roll the curtain and tell you till I will come your way again. But don't forget, on Friday, by the grace of God, on Friday, by the grace of God, it's Jabez hour. It's Jabez hour. Tomorrow, 11:30, I will be live to deal with the topic and pray over the topic. But to my viewers who are listening to me on this banana show, get ready. Your marriage will still hold again. I don't know what you are facing, but if you think you need to inbox me, let's talk about it. But I wish every one of you watching me now a blessed relationship, a fulfilled one. For the ones who thought it's over, it's not over. For with God, all things are possible. Till I will come your way next week. Enjoy your Thursday and have a blessed evening. Bye-bye. I remain your counselor, Voice of Freedom. Bye-bye.